Hi guys, and welcome back to another video on the wrestling review. I'm Daniel. This is your NXT review for last night's episode. So we start off with Renton Ian Kalani job. We jump into that match to kick us off. Um, she's accompanied by the ensign here. Um, you do see Kalani attack the injured leg in the knee of St. Here. Um, and, but right off the bat, she attacks him with a punch, then goes to on the knee after or then rallies. Kiwani does attempt to hit split leg moons, so the one of the kind split leg moon. So what other than ends gets out the way, the finish of the match sees um the finish of the match sees Kill Annie Rap in and and I thought X's kill over Arrow if submission to get the in and the tap out. Pretty good match. Here it shows off again Kalani's ability to get the win for submission. She's now tapped out. She's now tapped out. Excuse me for that, guys. Um, she's now tapped out both low advice and low advice and length and kill. Yeah, that's yeah. So this is probably going to be the year of killer manager. Orton. We get the crowd singing happy birthday to the ensign. Till she turned the 31 um yeah yesterday. It says here in my notes the crowd doing a solid doing either of rain back um backstage later on the locale, Armstrong comes in, she mocks St. Hill here in the trainers and on over ice to watch her back. Over the and say I want to add her to the list of women I want to knock out in the NXT. She tells Rance and you have to keep her positive and keep her spirits up as she might have to relinquish her women's speed title. She refuses an MRI scan, but Kendall Gary convinces Kendall Gary convinces Ren to get it, and then and the and Gary he said maybe once he heal up we can both be champions and all says that's a too positive. So very good here, even though they're both baby faces, Kendall Gray and Will Vice detested each other as a result of what happened at MS3 um, a few months back, where Kendall Gray got Vice to tap out in the triple threat match, but she had Kendall's shoulders and to the mat. Then we have Dark State. The, then we have Dark State Explain and that I can see on sugars. Cutler James, Dion Lennox, and Elias Phoenix explain their um athletic backgrounds. Um, Cutler James was a collegiate wrestler, NCAA champion. Then you've got Elias I think he's a former defensive line, but I of the of the New Orleans Saints, and then you've got Dion and also with the college footballer. They run down the fact that say come on sugar or there's an injury, so that's letting down time and again. Lennox actually says as well there's no dark date without him. He was happy to let Cutler on James and Elias get a do the art of the heavy lifting before the power go and then it provided Lennox the opportunity to get his accent. Very good promo. You don't see sugars till the end of the show. Do you know how the Tron band that goes right across the arena on the upper section of the performance centre? Well, basically, know how you've got the four faces, a dark state. Well, one of them has been crossed out to signify the excommunication of come on sugars. A very good touch, and when they conclude a promo, they say when Dark State strikes no one on a safe and no one and that is true from the on. Um, so when promo concludes, you get the glitch cutscene in the dark statement boss standing in the stairwells of the crowd, but sugar others rossed out again. Good touch here and good export and good explanation as to why Sugars was kicked out. In the reality, though, Sugars is Sugars out the four guys was the most is the most popular. Um, so yeah, even though the half the crowd they were chatting, on we want say one no way he don't with the other half. It was an interesting reaction. Um, but yeah, decent. Decent promo. Then backstage we get Shiloh How showing off his sh- showing off his signature for his petition um to become Mr. NXT. It shows it shows Tatum actually his petition. She says how you getting on, so it shows her. She reads out some of the names. So as Irene is the air saying thank you for giving me the shot. Pity that Zarya attacked us both off after the match. She's going redhead hunting, which is a good which is a good line. Tristan Angels then looks at the petition. He thinks it's sad that Hill's going around with the petition. He mocks some of the Sydney HR's audit. He says it's not real. Then and then he says to Lizzie, why you wasting your time with this one? These are all very good stuff. Off here, Shiloh then actually says after Angels makes his exit that he'll help all as they track down the area. So pretty fun segment. Then we get Sean Legacy versus Dorian Van Dukes in the speed tournament. And I have to actually say, guys, Dukes, why isn't Van Dukes getting a bigger push? I know he's just came back from injury, but he looks like a smaller version of Batista, and that can actually do high flying moves. Um, he rams Legacy into the post very early on. Both men are still baby faces. That was kind of a heelish move. Legacy gets the upper hand towards the end, um, but the time limit expires. Draw an open, and so they're out the number one on contenders tournament. The winner of Nathan Fraser, and who's the other guy's name again? It's Romeo Marino. Who later on in the night gets the number one contender. So that's fine. Um, Not too big on the time limit draw here, and that was a bit all again. Van Dukes does seem to carry more a heel edge, again, but they're still persisting the baby face without even though he does look more intimidating and more heelish. Then we get uh, But Booker T seems to favour him though, so well, that's pretty telling that he'll eventually, because Booker T sticks up for the heels on commentary usually in NXT. Then we get Jada Parker up against newcomer Layla Diggs. Now, Layla Diggs was on Evolve, if I'm correct. Natalia says um, backstage before the match in the locker room, she'd accompany Layla Diggs out to the ring. And Layla Diggs actually looks impressive. She's got a cool look, cool entrance gear with the shades and the jacket. The theme kinda suits her. She's got a good moveset, believe it or not, aye, she's very heelish, but very cool. I mean, like the back, I, she gets Parker with, almost gets it with, and then you're thinking, holy fucking shit, that's a cool move. Um, so yeah, ultimately though, after a good showing, Jada hits a high uppercut, and then hits hypnotic off the ropes to get the win. Natalia looks a bit pissed to that our newfound prodigy get beat. Um, but it just continues this feud for a bit. I suspect that we'll get Jada Parker versus Natalia in an NXT Underground match. Um, at some point in the near future, because Jada's the brawler, and you've got Natty. Sorry, I've been calling her Natalia for the best part of the segment. It's Natty she goes by. I know, 'cause she's still under the Loki legend gimmick, but she's more a submission shoot based wrestler. Also, that would be good for an NXT underground match or even a fight pit match. But the fight pit's been put in the back burner since Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins at Extreme Rules 2020 um at Extreme Rules 2022 on the main roster, so it's probably just going to be an NXT Underground match, which is yeah, well, which is fine, but I'd rather see the fight back come back at some point. But any case, good shown by Layla Diggs. It's her first match. She does look as though she's got a bit of charisma and stuff, so that's good. Jada furthers on a story with Natty, which is good. Um, Booker T is enjoying Layla Diggs's and what she was, but he was warning that he was in trouble up against Jada. Good showing Jada, Jada picture up her window. Oh, Jada's added a bit of Anna to a ring gear to kind of emphasize the harder edge of her character. And there is a remix of her theme. So yeah, then that's fine. Um, but yeah. Um, but the crowd, have their own way cared about Jada. They don't really know who we would exaggerate, but yeah, overall, Diggs actually gave a good account of herself. Then we get Tony D'Angelo Coley and our old I got it right this week. But before he does that, he says NXT's got a new influencer talent. They've got Cam Hedge on the next who I'm facing next week. I don't think he's ready for the next championship match. D'Angelo says, he calls out Nick Naro or Narak. I think it's Nakaro. Yes, Nakaro. What am I talking about? I got it right the first time. He comes out and he says, I know why you've been coming out and stealing into, you want a shot there next year championship. So come out and say, yeah. But um, but na Narak is that he wants to keep the NXT championship on Tony D'Angelo and to protect um to protect NXT's champion b- b- um before they face off Tony D'Angelo's take in a back by that then Cam Hendricks comes out, he says, Monica Arnold, don't skip the line. I'm gonna beat Tony D'Angelo next week. He's a bit, he's a bit, he's a bit overconfident in this storyline, guys, because, as he says, he deserves a shot the NXT title. D'Angelo would encounter by saying he's been in NXT for 5 years and it's only now he's captured the NXT championship. D'Angelo said he's had to get raft and prove himself with it is um it is Hendricks have only one match and that all fights for the title shot. So yeah, so Nick so Narak is and is still in the ring. He watches on as a way to protect D'Angelo. D'Angelo says, I'll see you next week, and he walks past Cam Hendricks. Good exchange here, interesting motivation. Miles on and Tavion Heights argue about Heights Austin Miles on and Tony D. The tag match up against Hendricks and um um up against Hendricks and uh Ethan sorry, they get interrupted by the remaining members of Darkstate. They attack them backstage because he also rammed them into equipment and security doors, so they end up being smashed about the yes, then the vanity project monk Baba asking their NXT NXT tag title victory last week. The mock tape the mock tape Wilder about his injury caused by Keanu Carver, Jackson, but tape Wilder or tape Wi- tape Wilder or challenges Jackson Drake for next week. I can walk with the and saying that's it, I've had enough of you. Jackson called his office knew me and skill. Then we will get Ace in the Rook, Ace in the Rook asking Robert Stone why he's not in contention for the NXT championship. But Robert Stone says, I like the aggression you've shown, and I like your enthusiasm. But Cam Hendricks, no matter how he got the pinfall, um, he's still um he's still number one contender next week for Tony D'Angelo. Stone says he doesn't like that he will win the match. Mason Rick says that's fine. I'll find a way to get involved in the Carol match away years again, and he says no, won't. I'll make sure won't interfere. Stay out of the out of that match. Mason Rick says we'll see about that. So yeah, another good segment. And these are pretty interesting segments, guys. Um you've got Maya Walk Wood, who is obviously um who's obviously um who's obviously vanity projects of Russia, China, um, um, stepping in to protect Jackson, but you've got Nick Arnold protecting his interest in the NXT title picture. You've got me Mason or the look pissed off at Cam Hendricks. It just makes for an interesting program. Then you've got and then you've got Nathan Fraser and Omari no with no Wandar. Um, of course, um, Nathan Fraser is accompanied by Axiom. It's Marino, sorry, versus Fraser. And mm, in the second match for the number one contender, Arship, to face Malone Ex's King next week. We do get a confrontation between for but between for or Azar and Ex's King during this match. Um, um, or Azar says he'll see King next week. But Ang says we'll soon see. A few humorous lines from the Nathan Fraser is an exchange, but um, Charlie the MC's getting all psyched up for his match with Shiloh Hill later on. I should have mentioned that during Silo's backstage appearance, but there we go. Um, so then before we get to the match, no, so we have the match. Again, it's a typical Iron Speed matchup. Marino with if only a second to go get Sapano Oxen the victory, and he moves on to face with Exus King. Then we get that match was not bad. It was a better outcome than the first match. So Mamadou, automatically becomes number one contender as the first match was a draw and counted as double elimination as the expired. Um, so so then we get Carly strong confidently talking that she's gonna win both the NXT Championship and North American Championship. You see all the women from the locker room getting are ready to go watch the match in the back. You see Nikita Lyons, Kendall Gray, and Andrew Renton, Layla Eggs, and a few others. Hill comes out in a new look with the shades and she looks cool. Um, but Thea Hill says that's not as easy as it looks, Carly. You try not to aim the high and um and Armstrong says I'm gonna take you out as well hell as the rest of the other but she's in the locker and not as a heifers she uses the as its heifers so yeah um so then we have Shiloh how Shiloh how up against Charlie Dempsey. Charlie Dempsey. Charlie Dempsey's accompanied by Ariana Gray. Is who the fuck? Who the fuck's Finley's son again? Uh it's gonna bug me. Anyway, you've got Channing starts with Lorenzo with if he's hot for you on say Ariana. The race I can't take my mind o- off her every time I do on any review. She's hot. Hold on till I check that. Because that's gonna bug me. Um, so then, that final, that final is that final is on and it's oh yeah, Raya Connors. Sorry guys, I'm a bit of an idiot. Then so then we get to this match. Sorry, and it's a good match, guys. So Shiloh has decked out in his hot part. He's got his petition and he's got his Mr. NXT power. Carved out and whatever. Charlie Dempsey comes out with the rest of the off right onto her as um, Dempsey has a lot of the offense. Dempsey has a lot of the offense here. Um, Dempsey has a lot of the offense here. Guys, super X's and stuff. Um, but Shiloh was able to bridge up and get the pin as Dempsey couldn't execute the North Thunder's pin. It ends up Dempsey's shoulders are down. He gets a pin. Out comes Tristan Angels. He challenges him to a beauty pageant. He says nobody wants he says nobody wants you as Mr. NXT apart from these Alex in the crowd, and we'll see who who's the real Master NXT ut oral där Aska Tristan Angels is the heel role well. Just before the match though as well, how h- um how actually distracts the area. It says on his notice board that he needs more Aussies to sign the petition or Australia. And so anyway, she says I've not got time for your games or as he or and says hello and then attacks her. Security tears them apart. Um, the, the MC had a lot of the offense in the match with Hill, but Hill picks up the win here because he's kind of on this storyline with Trust and Angels at the moment. Darkstate are on a bit of a losing. No, um, no, the Sorry are on a bit of a losing streak since Ariana Grace lost her TNA Knockouts title to Yang Yi again, but I still like but off or the height as a faction. It's a cool concept. It revolves around generational talent. The Owen attack. Um, the Owen attack OTM before that match. We were just to get a tag team match, but it was just a bait and switch match as then the Killing attack um um a- at OTM specifically Sean Spears attacks OTM if a chair Nico Vance isn't happy. Izzy Dame's not happy as she comes out for a match against Vice. Um, and yeah, and then as is like I've got this. Come on. Also, Spears is actually trudged in behind the other two. He's fucking up a lot, so I expect him to be excommunicated from the Owen. Um, so then you get then you get Lola advice and as a Dame and I have to actually say this match was relatively good. Also, the Cowan no get kicked out as years and try and her fee year, but they're then attacked by OEM. It looks as though Izzy's going to get the win though with the big boot and she tries the sky high power bomb, Lolo out of sees it. She tries another big boot, but spinning back fist a Damon Viper Ice sort of attains and is still a duo champion. Um, so that there, um, so that there is your, um, so that there is your match. You get a ref, um, during the like strange, um, but overall, yeah, I I enjoyed this, um, although the speed, although the us speed championship match ends in a time limit draw as a result of the clock expiring. Not a fan of that, so points off. And overall, it's pretty good character development. I like Nara Aku and uh, never accurate explanation. I like Darkstate's explanation as to why they attack. Sugars are also like Jada Parker and Louis Degrees match. Parker continues her feud with Natty. Then you have Annie Jordan happen out on the rents and yeah, Kendall Ray and Low as shoes on so sorted to get which is good because he too deserve another match out of that particular rivalry. Cam Hendricks next week up against Tony D'Angelo. That'll be pretty good. Mason Rick not happy, so he's still kinda in the mix here. As well. And Zaria and oh, Azarine are in a feud now. Um, not too sure who'll be challenging Tatum Paxley yet. You've also got you've also got Tavion Heights and Davion Heights and Miles Bond being attacked by Darkstate. The girls actually shows up right at the end because they give on a Romo and Norway here in the arena. They again say when Darkstate strikes, nobody is safe, and you see Sugar us in the background. Um, Tristan, Angels, and Shiloh Hill next to each continue the feud. So yeah, plenty, plenty going on, guys, but we'll see what comes from them next week's episode. And with that, guys, give this an 8. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. Pretty solid episode. 8 out of 10. Good episode. Would have been a 9 if it wasn't for that. If it wasn't for that speed tournament match ending in a draw, but pretty good character development. Or like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon for another video. Oh, fifth, thanks for the support and turn on Beltipano notified in infatti io sono CEO of Ericsson